making the mistake of thinking that I'm just gonna bend the knee to an old-timer. I climbed a mountain to get here, bro.
Formula One is a team sport.
I never should have pulled you into this.
He doesn't listen.
You're off the team.
Why are you here, Sonny?
The thrilling race and twist at the end of Joseph, Kosinski's heart-pounding racing drama F1, starring Brad Pitt, Carrie Condon, and Damson Idris, may or may not have been anticipated by viewers. Pitt plays Sonny Hayes, a washed-up yet insanely brilliant race car driver. In the racing sports thriller currently showing in theaters, the film gives the racing world of Formula One a very genuine atmosphere by including some real F1 racers and notable league personnel. Screen Rant's Me Abdelbaki rated the thrilling and exciting film an 8 out of 10 stars due to its breathtaking race scenes, which featured Brad Pitt and Damson Idris driving for real. In a last-ditch effort to save himself from having to sell his APX Grand Prix racing team, Hayes is enlisted by his former Formula One racing partner, Ruben Cervantes, to captain his last-place F1 squad, in addition to drawing the attention of the team's technical director. Sonny's unconventional and disrespectful manner causes him to clash with Joshua Pierce, the team's gifted rookie. The APX team is rising in the rankings with every race as a result of Sonny's bold and unconventional proposals to enhance the team's car and racing strategy throughout the last 9 races of the Formula One season. The APX team rallies for one exciting last shot at an absolute triumph in Abu Dhabi following a string of defeats and some sabotage. The APX team has their car restored for their final race after losing their beneficial race car modifications due to some dubious sabotage by one of their own board members. By the time of the final race, Sonny and Joshua have both healed from their crashes, though Sonny is still experiencing aftereffects. Thus, their team is also reunited. The Grand Prix concludes with a furious back-and-forth between a number of actual Formula One drivers and the 2 APX drivers, who have thoroughly figured out how to cooperate on the circuit. The final 3 laps of the race are a sprint between the 2 APX drivers and Formula One star Lewis Hamilton. Sonny tries to help his teammate win by making one more move, but after some unintentional contact, Hamilton and Joshua both skid out, giving Sonny the opportunity to win the last lap. Sonny rediscovers the exhilarating rush and love of racing that he has relentlessly pursued since being kicked out of Formula One following a horrific accident 30 years prior. Sonny departs the thunderous roar of the winner's circle to pack his belongings, load his battered van, and head out to hunt the next racing opportunity, while the APX team celebrates their unlikely victory. It's a bit of a surprise, considering that he had just won the most important race of his life and climbed the mountain that he had been unable to scale as a young man. Even if every Formula One racing sequence is thrilling, nothing can match the excitement of the last race in Abu Dhabi. The last race shows both APX teammates racing cleanly towards the head of the pack, in contrast to the majority of the preceding races, where Sonny tries moves that cause slowdowns and small collisions in an attempt to advance up the pack. This gives the audience a better sense of the actual speed of the race and produces some of the longest in-race shots in the film. The experience is further enhanced by Kosinski's deft direction and superb sound design, creating an exciting extended viewing experience that perfectly conveys the intensity of actual Formula One racing. The most thrilling suspense of the entire race is created by the last 3-lap sprint, where Sonny and Joshua compete against Lewis Hamilton, the most famous driver in Formula One. Viewers find the 200 miles per hour competition for position to be nearly nerve-wracking, particularly in premium versions that put them in the driver's seat. The final race also features an unexpected swerve. Hamilton and the APX rookie spin out despite their maneuvers to assist Joshua win, setting up Sonny's thrilling flying scene as he accelerates around the last lap to win. Since Kosinski's last film, Top Gun: Maverick, this is the most thrilling cinematic conclusion, given what F1 depicts about the character's past and what he says explicitly, particularly to Carrie Condon's Kate. Sonny's decision to depart isn't all that shocking. Sonny doesn't associate racing with celebrity, wealth, fame, or status. He keeps bouncing around and competing for various teams and leagues since he loves racing and has done it his entire life. The serenity he experiences behind the wheel when everything comes together is what he's looking for. He tells Kate on the balcony following their first night together. He accomplished that in the last lap with the APX crew, flying over the course in first place without any problems, After atoning for his failure and injuries in Formula One as a young man, he realizes that he is not the team's or the sport's future, and that he has nothing left to gain. He decides to move on since he has nothing left to do with the APX team, or indeed in Formula One. Curiously, he tells Ruben that he would be more than content to pass away on a racetrack while doing what he loves, even if he still has life-threatening injuries. That is what motivates him to search for another race to compete in, which he does in Baja California with the Baja Racers, who resemble dune buggy. After the accident that almost claimed his life all those years ago, Sonny appears to have largely accepted his death already, possibly thinking he had borrowed time. Given the time at his disposal, he doesn't want to squander it on anything other than racing in any capacity. Javier Bardem's Ruben Cervantes is allied with Tobias Menzies' APX board member at the start of the film, as he is the only board member who appears to be at all concerned about the team's success under his direction. When the APX team begins to win, though Banning finally lets Sonny know what he intends to do. After Ruben is relieved of his ownership responsibilities, Banning plans to take over the team and intends to position Sonny as the leader of the new team's organizational structure, effectively negotiating a package for a new ownership group to join and increase the team's profitability. He creates the ideas for the changes Sonny and Kate make to the vehicle to accommodate Sonny's new, combat-focused driving style in an attempt to hasten the team's and hence Ruben's death, even if the F1 authority had previously approved those designs. The new documents prompt an investigation into the legality of the revisions. This effectively puts the car back in the shitbox condition that it was in when Sonny joined the team, rendering them useless in races until the authorities decide again that they are acceptable. Naturally, when the final race modifications are authorized and the APX team wins, Banning's plan falls apart, giving Ruben at least 3 more years as team leader. Even though F1 doesn't explicitly present any plot points that would lead to a sequel, the possibility of the environment and its characters being further explored remains. Despite having departed for Baja by the end of the film, Brad Pitt's character, Sonny Hayes, may rejoin Ruben's squad in a non-racing role, especially since he promised to see Kate down the road. Instead of including Pitt in the sequel, it could be wiser to concentrate on Joshua Pierce from Damson Idris, as he aims to become a true superstar in the sport after being a gifted rookie. In addition to giving Carrie Condon's Kate a bigger role, it might also introduce a new star as Joshua's new colleague. Although F1's box office forecasts are promising, the film's profitability will be uncertain until the end of its run due to its large expenditure. That should be the last determinant of whether a sequel is produced, as the initial F1 Rotten Tomatoes ratings undoubtedly demonstrate that viewers are eager for more. To be clear, F1's emphasis on adrenaline and lack of purpose is a feature rather than a flaw. The exciting, if predictable, story does dig into a few small subjects, though. Sonny is motivated by his passion for racing, and the film plays directly into the "for love of the game" cliché that is common in sports films. It also appeals to the teamwork cliché of sports films, and the idea that no one can succeed alone. Over the course of the film, the conflict between Sonny and almost every other member of the APX team, but especially Joshua, is gradually resolved, and by the end of the race, they are functioning as a cohesive team. Even though F1 doesn't quite measure up to Kosinski's other intense drama, Top Gun, Maverick, it nonetheless packs a lot of heart-pounding action and endearing characters into a summer blockbuster package. F1's last race will probably go down as one of the summer's greatest movie climaxes, because it brought the film to a thrilling and fulfilling close.